So I just arrived here at the house, the Harmony House studio, which I have my practice, and I just wanted to share some insights that came in. So part of this came in back in July when I had a conversation with my colleague, Dr. Jen Corbin. And after our conversation at lunch, I've got the strong message that we are here to create containers. And I did a video, but I didn't post it publicly. I decided I just wasn't feeling that it was what I wanted to offer. However, I feel like it relates to what came in last night, which is about houses and housing the Spirit of Christ, the Christ consciousness. So Lisa Renee uses that term as far as the houses. Why it came to me is because I feel like, well, there's some shifts, potential shifts with my studio space in this house, or my living space, this condo, which is my home, my house. But also my body temple is going through a healing process. So the message was, we have to really dive into the dwelling places, the containers, the houses of which our spirit lives, so that we can really not only honor but embody the Spirit of Christ, the blood, the breath, the bone, the living light of Christ within us. And so I just feel called to talk a little bit about it, because in meditation, it's like I'm being shown a new template. There's been some things that have come in for healing. There's also some things that have been coming in for activation and awakening. The awakening is more like awakening your DNA, what is already within you. And I'm gonna share that specific at a different time. Right now, I just feel called to talk about these houses, because these houses are containers. So your body temple is the most sacred, because it houses your soul essence and its alignment with Christ, Christos-Sophia. So when I say Christ, I mean Christos-Sophia. I mean the divine masculine, divine feminine together, united within. So, and I see it more than a house, although the house is just as appropriate. And why I prefer to call it a temple is because I see the energy beyond it on our fields, the biofield, the emotional field, the upper lower mental, the soul, the spiritual field around it, to me, are like gardens on a sacred temple, or like the gardens or the woods around this particular house. So to me, that is the encompassing of us, and we have to get I'm saying the word right. I think the right is in terms of the alignment of which we are meant to hold and to honor in our walk upon this earth plane. The other containers or houses can be, and I believe does exist, as our relationships with maybe a partner, with our children, with the family unit. And it goes beyond that. Then the next house or container would be actually the house, the dwelling place, the living space for those relationships. So the living space of my body and my auric field is for my soul essence. The other container and relationship or house that I create for this relationship or relationships, the house may not actually be physical, but in some instances, it very much is. It very much is. And that's where this was coming through to show me that, yes, there is the actual physical structure. And it may not always exist in terms of like a friendship, but we definitely have it in terms of our living, our spirit's dwelling place, our physical living space, as well as the place in which we will work, or we might be ministering, or we are being of service, however that speaks to you. And so the three that have been coming up for me to really fine tune and to look at is the body temple, the housing and dwelling space of my soul essence. Looking at my living space, the dwelling space of which I live on this earth plane. Is this the right space for me at this time to really hold the purest of the Christos-Sophia Light, an embodiment? Does my dwelling space truly support that and emanate that and align with that same resonance? Is my living space in coherence with that? And then my office, and it's not just my office, it's the business too. Is the business and the office space, the house, I don't know if the house of which I serve, is it also holding that purest and highest alignment? So I'm just offering that today as a perspective to think about, if the houses and dwelling place of which you are showing up truly aligned to the highest vibration of which you are to be walking and talking and emanating in this world. And if you are to house the Spirit of Christ, the Christos-Sophia within you in its purest, if that's what you have come here for, I'm encouraging you to look closer. It might be time for some spring cleaning or moving. Sometimes we need to relocate. So I love you. Pray that you are in the correct alignment for your soul expression and life expression, and that you need to look at the houses, the dwelling place of which all exists for you,